Good morning, afternoon, evening, cosmic sisters, wherever you are. I am back from a beautiful women's wild women's camp, even. And I have returned with a bit of a sore throat and headache and feeling really quite tired, if I'm going to be really honest with you guys. How are you all feeling? I feel like sometimes when we gather in community, we are echoing and kind of gathering at the same pace each of the symptoms and um, stuff. We, if you've sat here with me long enough, then you'll know that we all kind of reflect each other's stuff, and whatever's going on for one of us might be going on for another in a very different way. But I guess the collective feeling tends to be the same. Um, However, whilst feeling tired and not very well, I'll be frank, I also feel quite inspired, and I have not stopped thinking about tarot, which is funny. And I feel like my journey with tarot is shifting and changing as it continues to do. It never just stays the same, although I'm not sure. So wherever you're at with your life, if there's something within something that you do all the time and it feels like it's shifting and changing, my guidance for you this week would be to sit with it. And actually, normally I am always racing ahead trying to think up the next plan. And whilst that is always going to happen with me a little bit, I'm also giving myself permission this week to just slow down, just to be in the moment, to sit, to ponder, and not to have to feel like I have to know what the decision should be, or even that I know what it ought to be, that perhaps the options I'm presenting to myself aren't even as accurate as the possibilities that are actually out there. And so I think sometimes when we sit and we pause and we calm and we just be, then we open space for those other possibilities that we haven't even thought of to come forward. And also for, I guess, for rest. And perhaps in a few days' time, we will all feel different than perhaps how we feel right now. And of course, you don't have to feel exactly how I'm feeling. So if you're not full of a cold and a sore throat and you're feeling absolutely fantastic and wonderful, tell me about it in the comments. I'd love to hear how you are all individually feeling. So throughout the summer and possibly onwards, we're going to be doing a lot more of these recorded videos. So it's really important that we keep connected and keep talking. So please do speak in the comments. And just a little reminder, if you don't have this mighty network, Cosmic Sisterhood, on your phone as an app, get it on there, because it makes a really nice alternative to going scrolling Facebook or Instagram, which I know for many of us can feel overwhelming and quite unhealthy at times. So you can come pop on here instead and tell us something about your life. And I would like to double dare all of you this week to share something on the page. So in the Cosmic Sisterhood main page, sorry, not in the month of tarot. So if you are in the month of tarot, then come on over to the Cosmic Sisterhood main page and share one magical thing. It could be a card you've pulled yourself that you like to share with the group, or you could pull a card for the group. It might be that you have found a white feather and taken a little photo of it and you like to share that with us, or something wonderful happens or miraculous. Or maybe just some everyday news, you get the new job, you have the new, I don't know, grandchild, whatever it is that happens to be going on for you, come and share it, because this is a space that is supportive, and I believe that we care about one another and we are getting to know each other, and this app will facilitate that. So please do come and share your news and get to know one another. Anyway, so what I wanted to do this week was to do a little tarot practice with you guys. So let's begin, and that's what we'll be doing every week with these recorded videos, is doing something that you can access at any time. And I'll be sending out some recorded meditations, but don't forget about the 78 recorded meditations in the tarot journey of meditations that everybody here has access to. So you can dip into there and listen to any of those tarot card based meditations to inspire and fuel you up, or listen to them all from beginning to end if that so calls to you. Okay, so we'll take 3 breaths together, and I want you to imagine the breath coming in through the nose. Well, actually, no, allow the breath to come in, don't just imagine it. In through the nose, all the way down, beautiful circular as it moves around your lungs and then out again. And really bring yourself into this grounded, New week. Let's start the week as we mean to go on. No matter how we might be feeling about it being Monday or feeling poorly, we still have the opportunity to get really into our bodies, to ground, to pull in the element of air, and to kind of set an intention. So with these breaths, set your intention of what you would like for the week moving forward, how you would like to feel. Okay, off we go. Okay, giving it a little wiggle. So you may, or any of you members of the Cosmic Sisterhood over on Facebook, so I'm posting on there too, which will prompt you to come back over here. But I'm putting little bits of snippets of what we do over there, but not the full show. If people want the full show and the connection, then obviously be here. But what I put over there and what I'm sharing here is a 2-card pull that I would like you to do along with me. So go grab your tarot cards or your oracle cards, or runes, or whatever it is you happen to use, tea leaves. But the question we're going to ask, and it's really practical, and it's to kind of get us into a right-headed space of mind, a bit more clarity, is what is my strength this week and what is my weakness this week? Okay, so just so we can sit with that, sit with the contradictions that might be in and amongst those cards, or just the feeling or the vibe or whatever it is we need to know. And tarot can be very directional, they can be very blunt and honest. It might be that you need to go get yourself some angel cards or oracle cards and sit with something a little more gentle. Whatever, it's fine. But I have pulled 2 cards for our group. So our strength as a community, as a collective, as a group of women this week, our strength is from the Medicine Woman deck. We have Temperance. Blend. I love the Temperance card. It's very much about pause, contemplation, allowing for the divine to do its work beyond what we can see in the here and now, which is a little bit like what I was just talking about. And that's the first time I saw this card. I took the cards before the call, but I haven't looked at them yet. So it's allowing the cosmos to do its work while we just sit and do what we need to do. Nothing beyond what we need to do. We don't need to make grand plans this week. We don't need to figure out our life path or purpose, or refigure it out. It's just the gentle balance and being here, being present. So that's our strength, is that maybe this week we can really find ourselves in our moment. Our weakness, however, is the Apprentice of Stones. Our weakness is perhaps that voice that hankers after us wanting to do things. So they're actually quite interesting. And like I say, there's the contradiction there. The strength is in calm, peace, balance, being in the moment, working with what we have. The weakness is in the desire to power forward and to create harvest before the harvest is ready. That's what I would say. Looking at this, we have, I mean, it's a lovely card, and this character does have harvest all behind them, but there's something else here in front, and it doesn't look fully grown. So if that's I believe that's a corn plant. There's certainly no ears of corn on it, and the apprentice is kind of stood over it, almost willing it to come forth with answers and responses and fruit and harvest. So perhaps there's an impatience. And maybe that apprentice would do well to move back to the point of temperance and like, okay, my plant is not ready yet. It needs more weeks. It needs more rain. It needs more sun. So let's sit with that this week. Let's sit with that contradiction when we find ourselves pushing and willing and trying to create something that isn't ready to come forth. We come back to temperance, to peace, to calm, to the moment, to the trust that this will come about, just not yet. And in the meantime, what do we need to pay attention to in our bodies, in our minds, if we're not feeling well, if we're tired, if we're grumpy? How can we bring ourselves back and grind down, put our roots down so that they support this growth? Okay, I hope this was enjoyable. I'm going to upload a meditation later this week. I do want, whilst we're not doing as many live sessions, I certainly want to give you value. And pop some ideas below for what you would like a meditation on. What kind of thing would you like to meditate on? Would you like to meditate on the cards that we have just looked at? And let me know also what cards you pull for yourself for your strength and your weakness. And we'll discuss it because tarot is best taken in conversation, I'm finding. So let's talk. Okay, bye, and thank you for being here.